Welcome back. I hope you've managed to get rid of lots of your drains last week and feel fresh and ready to take on another week of sorting out some basic systems so that you can clear the way to outrageous success. This is week 2 of the second course in Module 1, Let's Look at You, and this week is all about time. So to start with, we're going to look at our mindset. Our minds can be our biggest enemies or they can be our best friends, and as we work through the Building Your $1 Million Business course, we'll be learning lots of ways to make our mind work for us instead of against us. We're going to look at our thoughts about time and see if the words that we use are helpful. Maybe there are some small changes that we can make straight away. If you read the blog postings, A Vitamin Pill for Your Business, and also the postings about what's in a word, you'll see just how important this is. As we work through this week, we're aiming to find a process for managing time that's going to work for you. You don't need to work exactly to someone else's time management system, but rather take the best of everything to find something that's going to work for you personally. Some of the things that we talk about will not be your thing, but some of them will be. You need to find the ones that are for you and make them fit into your life. The discussions in the cafe, as always, will be really important this week, and the sharing aspect of doing the course is crucial to everybody's success with this. Time is one of the most common challenges for us. It's so difficult to juggle and do justice to everything that we need to. But what is it that we find so hard? Well, some of the things are trying to fit everything in around children and school runs, our husband's routine, maybe we've got a full-time job, or perhaps procrastination, putting things off until they become super urgent, which is really stressful. So it's hard, but it can be much easier. So let's have a look at what's in our head. Don't forget that time is time. It just does what it does. There's really no point in fighting with it. Whatever happens or doesn't happen, time is going to continue doing what it's doing. So the language that we use is really important, and it does affect our state of mind. Do you ever talk or think about time like any of these? The battle with time, managing time, controlling time. These are all descriptions that are really negative and they imply a lot of hard work. They sound like a struggle. If we're looking for a battle, we're most likely going to find one. If we're trying to manage something, we're going to find constant work. And if we keep saying there's no time, then there never will be enough. People running multinational corporations and entire countries have the same amount of time as we do. There is time. We're just making it hard on ourselves. We need to change our thoughts about time from it being a battle and being hard to being a gift and an ally. I want to give you an example about how changing a thought about time in my head helped me. Have you ever woken up in the night and looked at the clock and groaned because it's 2 in the morning and you've woken up and now you're going to be tired tomorrow? Well, I used to do that fairly frequently, and not surprisingly, I was always tired the next day. So I decided to change how that experience was for me by changing the language I was using. And it's interesting how it's impacted me. So now if I wake up at 2 in the morning, I no longer groan, but I look at the clock and I say to myself, it's 2 in the morning. I've still got another 5 hours of sleep to go. And I go back to sleep more easily, I'm happier, and when I wake up, I'm not exhausted. And all I've done is change the thoughts and the language. So how can you change your thoughts about time? What are some more helpful statements that you could make? Have a think and put your thoughts down. I'd love to hear them in the cafe. Here's some just to get you started. There's more than enough time. I've got a whole hour instead of saying I've only got an hour. So I guess what it boils down to is that we can't change time, but we can change what we're doing and how we're thinking. We need to be more proactive, more focused, and more disciplined when it's appropriate. And we need to be able to enjoy and revel in the time that we have, especially when we're enjoying it with loved ones. Over the years, I've tried a lot of different systems to make the most of the time that I have and to be more efficient. Most of the ones that I've tried have worked for a while, and then somewhere along the way, I've lost the plot with them and fallen off the trolley. I've found that there isn't one that's perfect that will work for everyone. So you do need to try things and take suggestions and ideas and just see how they're going to fit in with you and how you work. Every time I've moved on to try a new system, I find that I've kept little bits I like from the last one, and as this happens, I keep refining and moulding the process to fit me personally. Now I've got something that works really well for me. Over this week, I want to share with you several ideas. They may not all work for you, and if not, that's absolutely fine, but I suggest that you give them a try, just so that you can find out which bits may work. Take those and use them and modify what you're doing till you've got a new way that actually works for you and helps you to be less stressed and more in control. I'm quite sure that at some point in the future I'm going to modify what I'm doing as well. We're made to evolve, so don't be afraid to do that.